This is a recap for Monday, May 3rd. So what I'm going to do is go over, I'll answer in detail the quiz questions for today. So I'll write on the top of this with my pen, and let's go with red. Okay, so Miss Breon had 110 fiction books and 90 nonfiction books on her shelf. One thing that maybe you didn't know that you needed to do here, it's not maybe you weren't told specifically to do it, but in order to get a percent, you need a total. So that's 200 books. And the question is, what percent of those books are nonfiction? So 90 are nonfiction. So that's the part. So that's going to be the numerator out of the whole. And the whole amount is not in here. You have to add it together to get that. So 90 out of 200 is the same as 45 out of 100 if I just split those in half. And that's what gave us that 45%. Convert 6% to a decimal. So 6% means 6 out of 100. And if we say that 6/100ths, then that means that we put the decimal and then a 0 to have a placeholder for the tenths, because this is hundredths and this is the hundredths place, and it's 6/100ths. The more you practice saying it aloud, the better this will be. So that's 6/100ths. 150% of 20. Here is a way to think of 100%, 150%. 100% plus 50%. Both of which we can do mentally. 100% of 20 is 20. 50% of 20 is 10. 10 plus 20 is 30. So that's how we can get 30, 150% of 20. Problem number 4. What percent of the flag is not shaded? There are, again, this just like a previous problem, it doesn't say all the steps, like that you need to count up all the squares, but you do need to count up 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3, so that's going to be 12. So you need to know the total. The total is 12. So the total is important, and I think some people are missing out on that idea of the total. That's all of them. That one, that one, that one, that one. So I'm counting these up, literally every one of them. There's 12 of them. And then how many are not shaded? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 12s. On a calculator, do 8 divided by 12. Go ahead and pause the video and do it right now. 8 divided by 12. You will get 0.66666. It'll keep going. So that means we're just going to put 0.6 repeating. To turn this decimal 0.66 repeating into a percent, we multiply by 100, and that's 66, but the 6 keeps going. So that's 66, and it keeps going. This is this part right here, the 2/3. Do 2 divided by 3 on a calculator. You're going to get the same thing, 0.6 repeating. So this is 66 and 2/3, which is the same as 66.6 repeating percent. That's a good one to memorize. And it's kind of fun to say, 66 and 2/3%. Go ahead and say it out loud. And then this last one for the first set. There is, again, we're going to have a total. I think that might be the missing part for some of you, is that we always need a total at the top. What we're calling the whole amount. Maybe that doesn't mean too much to some people, but if we say all of them, that might help. All of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I put a 20. And then how many of those that I just counted are shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we put the 12 right there. 12 out of 20 needs to be out of 100 to have it be a percent. So times 5 equals 100. To make it equivalent, 12 times 5, that's 60. So 60%. Okay, that's the first set of quiz questions that we did today. Here is the second set of quiz questions. Okay, question number 1, and these went a little bit faster when we did them. Which fraction is not equivalent to 46 hundredths? Notice how I don't say 0.46. I say 46 hundredths. And if you think of it that way, then you can see that it's not that one, because it says which is it not equivalent to. Well, it is equivalent to that one, so we'll mark that one off. And if I multiply 46 hundredths times 10 and 100 times 10, I get this one. And if I cut 46 in half, so 46 100ths divided by 2, that's 23 50ths. And then this is 46. If I just divided it, I get equals 4.6. So 4.6 does not equal 0.46. So it was B. Which number is not the same as 2 and 7 hundredths? Keep saying place value, 2 and 7 hundredths. 2 and 7 tenths. Sorry, I was saying that wrong. 2 and 7 tenths. So 27 tenths is the same, so it's not that answer. 270 thousandths, 270 over 1,000. We cancel those all out, and 27 over 10. 27 divided by 10 is 2.7, same thing. 27 hundredths looks like this, 27 hundredths. Or we'll do 27 over 100, or 27 hundredths. Does not equal 2.7. I think that we need to come up with a way for people who are not understanding this idea to have access to it, to understand it. And it's going to be through saying the place value out loud. Don't say 2.7, say 2 and 7 tenths, so that we know the size of that 7. It's super important to know what that 7 is, that it is a 7 out of 10. So 27 hundredths was the answer on that one. What's the missing number on the number line? If I have another place value, 3.14 and 3.15, if I put a 0 right here, it doesn't change them on the number line. I can put the 0 right here. 0 and 0. You can always just put zeros, and then I can count. This must be 3.14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 would all go in between there like this. 3.141, 3.142, 3.143, 3.144, 3.145 right there. 3.145. Really, like when you're in elementary school and early grades and you're just learning to count. You just have to learn to count with decimals. Okay, 2 more. Jason has a bar of chocolate. He gives his friend 2/5 of his chocolate bar. What percentage of his bar of chocolate does he have left? And so he gives away, let's just draw a picture of his chocolate bar. Here's his chocolate bar. It has 5 parts, and he gives his friend 2 of those parts. So this is the part he has left. 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. If I can multiply that by 20, whenever I get a 5, I like to just multiply by 20 to get to 100, and that's 60%. He has 60% of his candy bar left. He gave away a little less than half of it. And we didn't get to this problem, but if you're watching this video so that you can do the makeup option, if you have a calculator, you're going to do this. You're going to grab a calculator and do 7 divided by 16 on the calculator. And it's going to give you 0.4375. That gets turned into 43.75%. And that is a recap of Monday, May 3rd.